Today we're going to discuss I'm going to take you through a small a training session on how to master your emotions. Alright, so that will be something which I wanted to do for most of y'all, because some of y'all would have attended this sometime back. For people who have not attended, this is a very, very important concepts which I'm going to share with you all, which will really help you to master any emotions that you're facing right now or any time in your life. So have a pen and a paper, make some notes, because this is very important. Most of the time we get tangled because of our emotions, right? Managing our body is easy, right? Managing our mind is a bit difficult for some people. When it comes to emotion, it gets very tricky, because at the end, we humans, we attach ourselves to a lot of things, situations, people, whatever that is, our past, and then we get tangled into it. The more we get attached to our emotions, the more we create illusions for our life, right? Emotions are very important to feel it, but getting attached to it is going to create a lot of whatever it is, either positive or negative. It is very important to experience emotions and learn from it and move forward in your life. But you are not your emotions, understand this. We are beyond our emotions. And how do we handle our emotions? What can we do? How we can handle emotions? That is more important, right? And how we can learn from our emotions. So that is what we're going to discuss today. Understand one thing: whenever you're feeling anything, either it's sadness, regret, guilt, jealousy, any kind of a negative emotions, mainly, understand one thing: the only way how you can overcome your negative emotions is by going to the root, the core of it. Like I always say, keep asking why. Go to the root, because even if you're feeling stressed, anxious, depressed on a higher level, on a surface level, on a deeper, it will always be certain. You have to go to your root. It can be some belief, it can be some event which is happening in your life, or which has happened, or which is going to happen. It can be certain fears, it can be certain doubts, or whatever that is. So it's very important to find the root of every emotion. And understand one thing which I always remember: this one thing. Understand that negative emotions are there to serve and help us grow. Understand, negative emotions are not against us. It is equally important, like how we have happiness, joy, excellence, feeling proud, courageous, all this is there. At the same time, negative emotions have their own part in our life, right? I've always told this: understand one thing: whatever the polarities of life, good and bad, happiness and sadness, whatever it is, these are not opposite to each other. These are complementary to each other. What do you mean by complementary to each other? See, if there was only happiness, there was only joy in this world, then we would never know what is happiness, right? Just because there is sadness, there is fears, doubts, we know what is happiness and sadness, right? So both of them they're not opposites, they are complementing each other. Both of the opposite sides are without one another can't exist. Right? So understand one thing: negative emotions, like how positive emotions are teaching us something, the same way negative emotions are also there to serve us and help us grow. So what can you do whenever you're feeling negative about certain things? Firstly, understand that whenever you're feeling negative, any kind of negative, it's an action signal. It is just an action signal. It is giving you a signal that you need to improve in certain areas of your life. It is as simple as that. It is nothing apart from that. It just, whether you're feeling fear, regret, doubt, sadness, jealousy, whatever that is, it's just giving you certain indication. It's a signal. It is trying to teach you something. It's a signal from the universe, which your body is, through your body, it's, through your body, through your emotions. At the end, what are emotions? I'll tell you what are emotions. Emotions are nothing but thoughts flowing in your body is nothing but emotions. Understand this. Thoughts flowing in your body is nothing but emotions. Emotion is nothing but energy in motion. At the end, thoughts are energy, right? So emotions are energy in motion. So where is it in motion? It's in your body. Your thoughts are in motion in your body is nothing but emotions. Are you getting it? Are you understanding this? The root of every emotion is a thought. Understand this. Once a thought becomes an energy, when it comes to a flow of your body, this is how body mind is connected through the emotion. Right? Are you all clear? Send me a C. Are you all understanding this? Send me a C if you are understanding this. So emotions are nothing but energy in motion. It's when the thought, when it flows as energy in your body, that is when, if you see any emotion that you're feeling, there will be some part of your body doing something. Either in your stomach, either in your chest, either in your head, wherever it is. You see a lot of people, older people, as we grow old, we get a lot of body pain, or even if as now, even, young people are getting this, they just getting some random body pains. Why this is happening? Because these emotions, they get, the energy in motion gets trapped in certain parts of your body, which you don't release it, then it becomes like a blockage. So that's the reason I always say meditation and exercise is very important. It helps you to release all of these unwanted, emotions from our body. So understand understand that every emotion is an action signal, and there are two things need to be done when you're feeling any emotions. First thing is, there are two things that you need to change. Either you're feeling any negative emotion, there are two things need to change in your life. Either the perception or the procedures. Perceptions means you're thinking about life in a negative way. The perception of your life is in a negative way. Procedures means your daily routines, your schedules, the way you're doing your day-to-day activity needs to change. Any of these two things has to change if you want to handle your emotions well. Perception means the meaning that you're attaching to your emotion is negative. Now what you need to do, you need to change it into positive. Right? Understand, there are two. Whenever you identify a signal in your that, oh, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling jealous, or I'm feeling regretful, I'm feeling guilty, that means there are two things needs to change. Either your perception of your life, the meaning what you're attaching either to an event or through your emotion or to something, or to your relationship, whatever that is, the perception needs to change, or the procedures need to change. What do you mean by procedure? Either the way you're communicating with people or the way you're behaving in your life needs to change. If it's coming to relationships, then it's mainly because the way you're communicating is wrong. The procedure in way you're communicating is wrong. That is creating the negative feeling in yourself. Or your behaviors of your day-to-day routine, or the behavior what you're having in your day-to-day life is wrong. It's not in line with yourself. That's the reason why you're feeling negative. Or your perception of your life is negative. The meaning what you're attaching to things, to situations, to people is negative. So these are the things which needs to change if you want to change your emotions. But you can't do that suddenly. When you're feeling angry, frustrated, you suddenly can't know, what am I thinking wrong? What am I doing wrong? You won't be in that state, because when you're angry, you don't have that space of awareness. Right? When you're feeling jealousy, angry, frustration, you don't have that space of awareness. Why? Because you're attached to your emotions. When you're attached to your emotion, there is no space. Right? So to create that space, what do we do? To create that space, what do we do? What do I say always? How do you create that space of awareness? What do I tell you all the time? Can anybody tell me? There are few steps what you need to do. First thing is, understand that, accept and appreciate the signal. Very important. Don't try to fight against your emotions. If you're feeling sad, accept that you're feeling sad. Don't try to avoid it. Oh, I'm not feeling sad. Don't feel like, oh, I should hide my feelings. I should hide my emotions. Right? Men are very good at that. Right? Men are very good at that, because we have been told growing up as a kid that, oh, you should not show your emotions. You should not show your negative emotions. You should not feel sad. You should not feel weak. Like if you show emotions, that means society has made us feel, even for women also, we have been told that it's a strength, it's a weakness. Understand, it is not a weakness. Right? Accepting and appreciating the signal is very, very, very important. That's the first thing. If you ignore it, it intensifies. If you ignore and you say, okay, nothing is wrong, it's okay, let me think about this later, everything will get fine by itself. All of these things, if you keep doing it, if you ignore it, it intensifies, and then you'll get caught up inside the emotions. It something which you repress, it takes control of you. And over a period of time, suddenly something will happen. Either you burst out of anger, or you get depressed, or some physical illness starts because you become stressed. You keep repressing, you don't know how to accept it, don't know how to embrace it. So understand first thing, always if you're feeling any negative emotion, don't try to fight it, accept it. Acceptance is the first and the most important thing. Appreciate it, accept it. Appreciate that yes, I'm going through some bad phase. Appreciate that yes, I'm feeling sad. Right? I know that this is good because this is trying to teach me something. Have that kind of an awareness. You need to build that kind of an awareness. Alright, so once you accept it, then I always say change your state. How do you change your state? First and the most important thing, move your body. I always say that move your body. No, your mind, your emotions and your thoughts are connected to your breath and your body. One of the easiest ways to move your body. First step. Second step, I always say use your breath. Right? Use your breath. And the third step is I always say change your attention. How do you change your attention? It's either through journaling, either through practicing gratitude. Because when you're practicing your gratitude, you're switching your attention to something more positive. It is psychologically proven by research that gratitude is the most powerful form of an emotion which you can practice to bring back your awareness. Right? So change your state. Very important. First, accept and appreciate that you're going through some kind of a negative emotion. Don't try to fight it. If you ignore it, it intensifies, and then you'll get caught up into these emotions. Then it becomes a bit difficult to come out of it. Once you accept and appreciate it, only then change your state. Move your body. Go for a run, exercise, yoga, dance, whatever you feel like, or do some breathing exercises. And then change your attention. How do you change your attention? Journaling is one of the best and the simplest form. Journaling, affirmations. This is when it comes into practicality. Understand, whatever you're teaching, it's when life is going good, it is easy to get carried away and not do anything. Whatever we are preparing is for the times when you're going through some stress and anxiety. That is when these practices comes into picture, and that is when it comes into help. Understand? Right? So change your state. Once you change your state, clarify what you want. Be more solution oriented. Even if you want to write, when you're writing your journals, or once you feel good, you do some breathing, and once you relax your emotions, when you're writing your journals, if you want, you can write whatever you're feeling, but be more solution oriented. Ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? What is the root of it? What steps can I take to feel much better? Is there anybody else I can talk to? So be more solution oriented when you're writing your journals rather than problem oriented. Okay, ask constructive questions. At the end, the key is to ask constructive questions. What is this trying to teach me? What practical steps can I take to overcome it? Is there someone I can talk this about? Is there anybody else involved in this situation to whom I need to talk? What can I talk? Right? So be more solution oriented. Ask yourself constructive questions and write it down. Because when you write it, you have a solution in front of you. If you keep it in your mind, you'll again feel confused. So write it and then take immediate action. And taking action, like I said, again I'm coming back to these two things. What needs to be changed? Either your perception. So perception means you need to communicate something. When it comes to relationship, either you have to communicate to yourself, or you have to communicate to someone else, or you have to do something. That means your procedures need to change. Either certain things what you're doing in your life is not working out, you need to make changes in your routines or your behaviors or your plans or whatever that is. So you need to figure that out. What is that? So like I said, this is a system which you need to follow. The small little steps might change depending upon what emotion are you feeling and what experiences you're having in your life.